In this video, we're going to analyze this little clip here. It's a woman, but first I don't want you to think that this is an isolated case. It's a very strange case, but I've been researching and it seems like it's becoming common. I want to inform you that this is a lesser known mental conflict in psychology and psychoanalysis, all right? I've been studying mental causes and I wanted to share my analysis on this based on my experiences and knowledge in psychoanalysis. Well, we'll watch this video in a moment. Makes you want to get up, turn around, you know where it is. He's romantic, he's afraid of being abandoned. Apologize when this woman here, she certainly, it's not just her, she's the one in focus in this video, but she has a desire to relate to people who have their freedom taken away. What does freedom taken away mean? A person is arrested, that is, in jail. He's a prisoner. Whether it's women relating with men in prison or women relating with women there, right? Locked in jail? Well, in the video, we can analyze that this woman has something, she sees advantages in relating to people who are imprisoned. With people who are in prison, what happens? That she sees the first symptom of being an extremely narcissistic person. If you're not aware, narcissistic disorder is a mental conflict that affects many people. But there are levels of narcissism. I had never seen this level in my entire life. I was even terrified. But then I started to see, and there really are people who have this, let's say this fetish that they only seek people who are imprisoned. But Ricardo, are you trying to say that people go to jail to like it's a date? Oh, where are we going to meet? I'm in jail, so let's schedule a romantic meeting here in jail? Because we know that some inmates have mobile phones, right? I know you agree with me because this is a fact. So there are certain inmates who have mobile phones and can communicate with people outside, and there are people who really have a thing for people who are in prison. So the first symptom is one of the most common, but there are levels. This symptom is generally common, but it's very hard to find. That's why it's very dangerous. What happens to the narcissistic person? As you saw there, that woman commented that he's going to get a tattoo with your name. What does that mean? That the person enjoys the other being completely in their control, you know? It's as if the person observes in their mind the person as if they were in their own mind. In this case, the jail would be her mind, where she knows that the person is there, where she knows that the person will not leave, where she knows she can control them like a puppet. And that is the harsh truth, because, like it or not, those who are in prison don't leave. What will the person who is in jail do? They will be in contact with other inmates and other things I'm not aware of, but I can't argue because I simply don't know. But narcissism is something that emerges quite significantly. It can transform a person into a monster, to put it bluntly. So the tattoo shows that that person is literally dominated. She also said something there that is kind of true, saying that only people in prison get tattoos. No, there are people who actually get a tattoo with the name of their beloved and do it. This is not new to anyone. It's not very common to find this, but it happens. Well, the second point, the woman said that they will always be needy and in need of attention because there is someone there who is, let's say, to summarize what she said, the only person they would have is this person who is outside. This is another symptom of narcissism, but with certain characteristics of psychopathy. Psychopathy is also something that is very concerning to people. So I want you to understand that narcissists and psychopaths they are the most polite people you will meet in your life. That's why it's very difficult for us to identify narcissists and psychopaths. Narcissists give more signals because they start to brag about themselves, so they get sad when you don't praise them. And psychopaths are much harder to identify because they don't show any signs like narcissists. They don't need people praising them to feel in control. The psychopath is passionate, they are excited by power. This is something that people without adequate study or knowledge cannot identify. That's why they sadly end up getting scammed and experiencing things like that. But what's surprising me here is that this is becoming very common. People have this passion, this desire to relate to people who are imprisoned. This is completely wrong. Many people believe that they already had a relationship before the person was arrested. Then the person got arrested while they were together. But no, these specific cases involve people who went after those who were already in prison to dominate them, accumulating certain powers from these people. Because the narcissist and psychopath have a great need to keep people trapped in their grasp. Because it's not the same as a common relationship where two people love each other and their love produces a child that they will take care of for the rest of their lives, right? This also means family. These are things that are far removed from love. Because the narcissist only loves as long as they are gaining something. It is very likely that the moment this person, this girl here, mentioned having a partner in prison and the advantages of having a relationship with her imprisoned husband, the love will likely end when he leaves prison because it will not have that control. There is no way to control a person 100%. However, when the person is imprisoned, there is a way to control them. They know where they are, they start being romantic, get tattoos, that sort of thing. But as soon as their freedom is taken away and they return to normal life, the person they are in a relationship with loses their charm because they can no longer control them. She no longer has power over anything, and then it becomes a common thing. And then she goes hunting for someone else. At the moment, I only found this case to talk about, but I saw other videos. This one I thought identifies the most so you can understand, because I searched the internet and found many cases. It really is surprising. I didn't see any articles posted about it. I have plans to write an article related to this because I think it is very important. But firsthand, I wanted to share this insight because it has greatly affected me. This truly is a psychological problem. I had never seen a case of a person showing narcissistic and psychopathic behaviors of this magnitude. I've never seen this in my entire life. That's why it's something that made me very, very worried. It makes me question if many professionals are stuck in the past, thinking that the things I learned, that I'm still learning about in college, are really old, from the time of Freud, Lacan, who are recognized figures. I'm sure that these cases did not exist in the past. I'm sure that in the case I presented in this video, during Freud's time, these things had not been seen. Because I study, I've read almost all of his works. I've read a good part of his works and never found anything. So we can't always assume, I'm going to study this because the problems are always the same. No, the problems are not the same. As we move forward in the world, although during Freud's time there were no cell phones, no technology, there was nothing. It was literally like the cave world. It was the modern world at that time, but by today's standards, it was the cave world with nothing.